at Tibdall. I have notes somewhere. Please tell me I have notes.
You do have notes. You told me about them. I had to borrow them.
We arrived at Tibdall. There were some carnival games we played. What were some of the carnival games we played? There's like the hammer and a bell sort of scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
We caught them cheating, but I managed to get around that, and I won a stuffed riding drake. Staszrich, you adopted Balto. He showed up at the beginning of the session. Your new wolf dog.
Mm-hmm.
See, was this when we experimented with the dark magic blood and all that?
No, that
Yes.
was it? I thought that
Okay,
was 2
so
sessions ago.
It may have been.
Like
It was
two
why you were
sessions ago.
here, so it's not irrelevant.
That's
right,
true.
right. With our experiments, we decided that we should head to the carnival to find an apothecary here, I believe. Oh God! And then we talked to that brewer that kind of like just teleported us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That happened.
Yeah. And then, continuing from there, the rest of the party went on to be transported inside of a carnival tent, where they were tasked with brewing a beer elemental and then had to fight it. It was a tribulation of a fight, but they succeeded. All the while, someone was missing. Someone didn't go along with them, and even after they returned to the carnival tent, he wasn't there. Rune, roll me a perception check.
Okay. 13.
After a few moments of feeling stretched and pulled, as you have become familiar when you are being moved through things, as you were moved through stone not too long ago by Boulder, but this felt a little different, a little less solid. You feel a little less solid. You try opening your eyes, and realize all around you is darkness. So while your eyes are open, you can't actually see anything.
Oh, this is weird.
Yeah, why do we end up here? The dagger speaks to you.
Where is here? Do I hear anything besides the dagger?
You hear slight echoes from your voice carry along what seems to be a very expansive space. You also hear a little bit of a rumble.
Oh no.
As you feel the floor below you, it feels almost like steel. But it rumbles slightly as you stand upon it.
Can I cast detect metal to maybe give myself a sense of the floor at least?
Absolutely.
I'll go ahead and do that.
Within your 30-foot emanation, you can detect that the floor beneath you is a patterned steel. There are bits that you cannot detect the material of, that as you look down, realizing that there's a pattern carved into this steel. Roll me a will save.
Okay. 28.
You
Still
see
good
your
at
own
those?
face carved into the ground. You see the dagger carved into the ground. You see, within this emanation, you're not able to see anything more at the moment, but you can tell there's the beginning of many etchings all along the ground around you. I'd be careful what you do there, Rune. May not be something you want to see, the dagger says to you cautiously.
I mean, it's some nice metal work at the very least. I don't see the issue here.
It is very impressive, I do agree.
I just want to find out where we're at.
Which direction do you walk?
say forward.
All right. Walking forward, the ground starts telling a story. You see a story that you've heard told by many travelers before, something you remember seeing in the sky when you were just a budding blacksmith. You see a meteorite crashing down into the world. You see how it pulses with a darkness that you've become all too comfortable with now. You see the blood that is shed by everyone that seems to be harvesting it for raw materials, seeking its power, seeking the power that you know you could hold in your hand at any moment. You see a figure that is not carved into the stone. You're only able to tell that it's a figure by what they're holding. Because carved into the metal is the dagger. Unlike everyone else who pulled out raw materials from this meteorite, this dagger, that looks all too similar to your own, was harvested directly from the meteorite. Taken, you see it pass hands, you see how it's coated in layers of blood. Even as it's cleaned, you realize that the amount of lives it's taken may be more than you ever encounter in your natural life. Take a look at your hands, and they start to look a little different. A little darker. They also radiate that dark magic. You pass your will save, so this doesn't cause any panic in you, but for a very brief moment, you see a flashing between every single pair of hands that has held this dagger, as you now carry on the dark intentions of all of them.
Am I the dark avatar?
No, no, nothing like that. Thankfully. More more like we're I think we're plan B.
Hmm.
Which, something I've been struggling with too. Realizing, what if I don't want to be plan B?
I can sympathize with that. I mean, depending on whose plan it is, I'm not sure I want to be a plan A, C, or through Z. I, you know?
Yeah, you know, showed me a lot about how you can interact with people. I'm not really sure I'm all behind the whole dark hive mind plan anyway. It's not really helping anyone out, is it?
Oh, not that I can tell. Is that so? That dagger's not you, is it? That's a different dagger that just kind of looks like you. Or
Oh boy, you are dense, aren't you?
I've got a few head injuries from the past few weeks. It's fine.
Yes, yes. I believe this is supposed to be showing me. Up until recently, my memories have been dim themselves, so it's not like I can speak to it directly, but you saw all of that. Look further as you continue to walk forward. You see yourself grabbing the dagger from the robed figure. And then you take another step forward, expanding your emanation just a little bit further to see who's next in line, if there's anyone labeled as next in line. And for a moment, you feel your detect metal. You feel like it must be a fault because you see the floor almost be static with how it flickers between metal and non-metal materials. Make another perception check.
Okay, natural 20.
Pretty good, pretty good. As it flashes between all of these various images, you see myriad different pictures. You see yourself killing William. You see yourself becoming the Dark Archon. You see yourself being killed by Andy, being killed by Aya, being killed by Winston, being killed by Samson, being killed by everyone you've interacted with, taking the dagger from you, all in their own ways. You
Dusty,
see,
no.
yes, you see all of this violence, all of this hatred. And then after taking all of this in for a moment, as if almost hoping there would be some other option for a very brief moment, you see something. You holding the dagger aloft. Everyone around you as friends. And you see the dagger no longer carrying that same aura of darkness as it did before.
Seeing this?
You,
I say to the dagger.
That sure is about a couple hundred possibilities, something like that. God.
Yeah, but that last one,
Yeah.
you didn't have all that fuckery about you anymore. We looked happy.
That would be that'd be a good fate. What happens if we walk that path? Rune?
Can only imagine good things. I mean, you saw the results. It just looks like there's a lot of opportunities for mistakes, so we'll have to keep an eye out, especially on Dusty.
Let's take a step and see where it gets us.
Yeah. Do you
Do
mean
you
that
take a step forward?
metaphorically, or do you want me to actually? Yeah, I'll step forward.
Yes, I didn't mean metaphorically. And then as they are responding to you and you take the step forward finally, the darkness of the room fades. Everything becomes a bleach white. The ground beneath you, no longer metal or stone, feels plush almost. You look around, trying to figure out what there is to be seen, and you see the Dark Archon again. Last you saw them in Davian, trying to invite you in. But they don't seem to be focused on you. You see another figure, very similar to the Dark Archon, but instead bathed in the same light as the room. The two are fighting, struggling. Both are crying as they're fighting each other. As you watch this image, you see that this was happening out beyond the reaches of your world. You see that it's happening above it. And then you see the Dark Archon strike down this being of light. You see them cast down into the earth below. And you see a crater formed on your earth, unlike anything else. Not the crater that exists on your little continent, but one that has permanently breached the sea. causing a strangely duck-shaped hole that would have weird ramifications nobody could have planned for on this world building. But nonetheless, then you see the Dark Archon, still in tears, the sword in her hand, not dissimilar to the dagger you're holding in its craftsmanship. Turning away, she casts her sword down. And then the room fades away from that light for another moment. And then you see all your friends standing around you, not moving directly. Then you see Andy. Andy's hand, the fake one, turns a darkish purple. It lifts itself up as if it would speak itself, and then you hear the dagger's voice from it. We could either finish her mission, or we could find out what her true mission was supposed to be. We either lead ourselves into chaos finding it, or we find a path forward. You turn again. You see Staszrich. Staszrich's medical pack seems overloaded with various tinctures, all of which seem explosive, to say the very least. His robes have turned a pitch brown, his eyes glowing a deep orange.
Fuck that, sorry.
You hearing me, You hearing me, Rune?
Ooh, I could.
If we
voice
don't do this
this
right, we turn into chaos.
I could voice this now.
Staszrich, am I
You could.
dying?
Nah, you're not dying. Listen,
What the hell's going on?
you're having just a bad trip is all, okay? It's okay, though. The thing is, even in a direction of chaos, all you have to do is keep moving forward. Even when it looks like you yourself may be lost in the darkness, just keep moving towards the light. And that speaks to you too, Dagger. Okay? You don't have to be anyone's plan B or nothing. Okay? Just keep moving forward. But, be warned, if you backpedal, well, there's a reason that all the explosives are at my back. Because if I take a step back, then I blow up. So I just have no choice but to keep moving forward. But anyway.
So I should strap explosives to my back, is what you're saying? Is that medically approved?
You know what? I'm gonna let you try to interpret that yourself. Anyway. Go on to the next hallucination.
You turn again, and you see Winston standing there. In a strange amount of regalia. Didn't seem much of a noble person himself. Simple man born to a family of bakers. But nonetheless, he stands looking to you like he's a king, wearing a garb that is painted red with the symbols of this nation. He stands tall, proud, resting carefully on a sword that gleams with a light blue light. He looks at you and says, I hope we get to stand together, Rune. I wouldn't want to lose you.
I've only ever seen you in aprons and common clothes, but there's something oddly fitting about this.
Mayhaps you're right.
Wouldn't be surprised for a second if you turn up to be a king one day. You got the knack for it.
I wouldn't be surprised if you turn out to be one of my greatest knights. You turn again. The last image that greets you is yourself, once again. No longer just an image of you. this is showing you what happens if you became Plan B. Standing in a dark plate mail, radiating darkness in a way that you almost take chills to just from experiencing. No longer do you have an eye patch. Your other eye replaced with the magic artifact. Your both eyes have a light glow of red. The dagger taking on the form that you saw the Dark Archon holding it in previously. A much larger blade, a much more terrifying blade. Wings sprouting from your sprouting from your back, ready to take you wherever you need to go. You see a picture of true power. You could be this being at any moment if you gave in. You know that. And he knows that. As he stares into your soul. If this is who we're going to be, then all you need to do is give in. But something tells me that even though the finest craftsmanship in the land has gone towards building these plates, that this is not where you want to be.
Not at all. I have half a mind to smack you in the face, but I don't know what that'll do.
Could try it anyway.
Please, one more. Go ahead. See
Go
what
ahead.
happens.
Hacha! 26.
Roll damage.
6 damage?
As you slap this alternate perception of yourself, you feel the twinge of pain from the slap. You take 6 damage. But more importantly, everything comes to a halt. The images, the weird perceptions, it all comes to a halt. And then you feel that same stretching and bending as before. Everything returns to darkness for just a moment. And then you're standing back in the carnival fair. Dusty alongside you, reappearing right next to you. Your friend's actively looking for you where you're standing.
Hello?
Everyone else is here. They can chime in.
Yeah. About time you found him, Balto.
Well,
Good
how
boy.
much time actually did elapse from the two?
For y'all, 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were actively looking for a while.
I mean, 10 minutes. It's not.
That's a while.
I mean, given the fact of where we were at versus wherever he ended up, I mean, yeah. I guess
The hell happened to you?
yeah.
Here, follow my finger, Rune. Are you okay?
Yep, I'm following it with my one eye. Doing good.
Okay. Feel lightheaded, dizziness.
No, I blacked out and I saw strange visions that I will describe in detail right now.
Are you trying to use a light source on your finger?
No, Staszrich is snapping his
Oh.
fingers in Rune's ear. Is your hearing good?
The way.
How? Yeah,
Okay,
my hearing's fine.
from my
Okay.
perspective, it looked like Sin was holding up a flashlight. You know how you check like pupils to check dilation? It looked like he was holding up a flashlight, so I thought he was trying to cast the light or something.
Okay, well. Been looking for you for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering where the hell I was. How long was I gone?
Well, we were also gone a bit, but from the time that we reappeared to the time that you reappeared, I'd probably give it about 10 minutes.
Yeah, were you sent to like a dark void with etchings on the ground?
No, we went to a
No.
place with popcorn.
Yeah, that sounds horrifying, whatever you just
Damn it.
experienced. No, we had to make a beer elemental.
You guys got to make a beer elemental, and I was stuck with that.
And we had popcorn.
Yeah. I
So,
made
to
We
be
have to make a
fair,
fucking beer
a
elemental.
bunch of people
The dagger
died.
speaks to you.
a bunch of people did die. That is true, or at least were knocked out. That is true.
Well, we know they weren't really.
I almost died.
To a
True.
beer elemental? What the hell? What happened?
Huh?
What happened?
It punched me. But
Well,
Balto,
Rolled very high damage.
it did. It rolled 42 damage because it got a
Holy
crit. Yeah,
That's some strong beer.
it was very strong beer, but Balto
They
here
did-
was such a
They
good
did
boy.
make it quite strong.
Who's a good boy. Anyway. No, yeah, it sounds like we had fun while you got saddled with all the anti-fun, but I might be a little bit drunk still. Hold on.
I mean, it was kind of fun. It was just also very worrying and intense, and I'm a bit scared shitless. But, you know,
Yeah, you just got saddled with the emotional weight of understanding that any time you could become an immense catalyst for destruction, or you could just try to be the good guy despite all the possibilities being against you.
yeah, thanks for chiming in, Dagger. You really
You're welcome.
pick up my slack with words. So did we
Don't
get
worry. I'm trapped with this too.
do we find any progress with
Yes, I got the
solution.
tincture right here.
Okay.
According to Brewmaster Keith, this should cure your uncle right up. Unfortunately, he did not relinquish the recipe to me, so I cannot mass produce it.
Do you know how to mass produce beer elementals? Just
Yes, I
curious.
got that recipe.
Really?
Yeah, I have it right here. It was very detailed instructions. I mean, that was detailed. I did not have to make this. This was just handed to me, so I would have to
Reverse engineer.
keep it long enough to reverse engineer its contents. And that would take a while. Probably a lot longer than your uncle has left. At
Yeah,
which
well,
point
that-
it becomes almost useless.
As soon as we get this tincture back, that will be priority numero uno. I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's right here, though. So we can
Yeah.
head back to your uncle.
Nothing else to wrap up here?
How's Dusty doing?
Meh.
Pretty sure he also had his own series of events, and
Like-
Talked to Goose Isari.
God,
Like,
the Canadian Drakes.
Wait, Isari is too short to be a goose in bird form. He would be more... He'd be more like a sparrow.
But yeah, no. Speaking of Dusty, as everybody else knows, and Rune, you didn't know this. Dusty also wasn't at the beer elemental fight, and also was missing.
Mm-hmm.
But Dusty stands next to you, Rune, and then gives nestles you and gives you a whack.
Aww.
And you look Dusty in the eyes, and you feel like Dusty has a bit more spring in his step than he did before.
You seem to be having a good time, buddy. I pat him on the beak.
Maybe he got some popcorn.
Right.
too.
Did you save any popcorn for me?
No.
I understand.
The
Dusty
popcorn...
produces a bag of popcorn and gives it to Rune.
Dusty.
Okay, well, you can keep your
Oh,
popcorn. I had to
There's
use
so
my...
many feathers in this. I'll pick them out. Don't worry.
I had to use my popcorn to make a beer elemental. As a matter of fact, my beer sprite should still be hovering around here somewhere.
I thought
Your
it went into
Sprite?
the tap.
Yeah,
Maybe.
correct. Their a miniature version of their beer elemental is currently on tap at Brewmaster Keith's station. But yes, is there any other business you'd like to take care of at the carnival or in Tibdall before heading back?
We do have to interview that lady.
That is correct.
Oh, what's her name?
Here's a challenge of who has good notes.
Her name is, I have her in my notes, it's, fucking hell, where is my... It's in my notes, I just have to organize them. Dahlia...
Delilah
Delilah.
Grant.
Yes, correct.
Delilah, I don't have the last name on here, I think, but...
I just said it.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, shit.
Delilah Grant. She partied with
That's
Teresa
it.
Fallon in her Royal Academy days.
Yep, okay, I just found it. Okay, never mind. Let's... Anyway, suppose no one here knows where to find Delilah Grant, do they? Did we already ask someone where to find Delilah Grant and
I'll
they were
go
at
to the brewmaster. He's the one who teleported us, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll walk up to him. So,
Hey there, I saw you didn't go into the carnival. How you doing?
I'm doing fine, I guess. What's up with that teleportation you cast on us? Why'd that send me to a dark place with etchings on the floor and all sorts of weird shit happening?
That means that you were enchanted with some kind of magical spell from either some sort of item you're holding or just something you went through that sent you on a different little journey. I saw that happen with your duck too, so I kept an eye on him. I figured you could take care of yourself.
I love this guy. Alrighty then. You seem very knowledgeable. I'll trust you. Besides that, a more normal question. You know where Delilah Grant is in this place?
I'm not really local, you know.
Oh
This
yeah,
this carnival just goes around the continent. I don't really...
You just know so much. I figured.
Yeah, well, that was
Well, you know, it is narratively convenient for me
You
to
got
be
like
able to tell you where she lives, so you know I
got
may
like
be
a
able to do
drink
that.
I can tell. Maybe I drink it and it's like, bam, Delilah Grant's over there.
You know what? Hold,
Well, I
Rune,
I
you...
do actually have a drink at locate person.
Yeah, sure. How much for that?
You know what? On the house this time.
Thank the ducks.
We could have just gone to a tavern.
This is a tavern.
Yeah.
There's beer, people celebrating, people having
That's
fun.
not
You
what
wanna
I...
start a beer fight? I'm pretty sure that can happen in here too. We've already had one with the beer itself, but you know.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you
Rune,
do you want to
Nothing
try
seems to happen
drinking
on the beer
drinking
elemental.
the drink that you've been handed, Strux?
I do. Absolutely. I need a drink.
Perfect. It tastes like vodka. But then as soon as you drink it while thinking the name Delilah Grant, you are able to see her exact location.
Can it be vodka with orange crush?
God damn it, no, do not do this to me.
Sure. I'll allow it. Taking notes. Locate person tastes like orange crush.
Okay.
Just making fun of Sin's drunken escapades.
Yeah. But anyway,
Don't
yeah,
worry, it's
okay.
been canonized now.
Lead the
But yeah,
way.
any other business with Brewmaster Keith before going on to see how Delilah Grant is doing?
I know I asked you 10 minutes ago, but... Do you think you could give me the recipe for this magical brew that will save people from dark magic?
Maybe next time, bro Chacho.
Thought I'd shoot
Brew
my
Chacho! Brew Chacho!
Thought I'd shoot my shot anyway.
Everybody loves an unsolicited DM. Get on your way.
Yep.
What the hell's a DM?
Don't worry about it. You'll understand in 2,000 years.
Dense metals? Detect metal. Ah, I gotcha. See, Dak?
You're doing your best, buddy.
Go lead us to Delilah Grant.
Delilah, where do we find this?
Hey there, Delilah. What's it like in Tibdall City? Your son was
So yeah,
probably
you
skewered
go
and
in.
sliced apart.
You go into Delilah.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. You walk up to a meager housing. It is a small cottage, you would say. Looks like it was to house a pretty decent family. Uh, the door is currently closed. There's smell of pie. Thanks to Strax's current active locate person, you can see that Delilah is in the kitchen via X-ray through the wall. You see an outline of her as a person, though. Do you knock on the door?
Yeah. Does anyone want to lead the way? Any
Oh.
social butterflies?
Hold on. I want to smell the pie.
Pie
Okay.
smelling check.
All right, it is an apple cheddar pie.
Apple cheddar, those aren't going to be available
Apple
for a few
cheddar
100
pie.
years. It does
I'll turn
exist.
this fucking session around.
Actually, I don't know when apple cheddar pie started.
Okay. Anyway, social butterfly, come on. Don't look up apple cheddar pie.
It is a thing. It's a New Englander thing, and I'm trying to remember when they actually got.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yes, apple cheddar pie is actually a thing.
It
I
is.
very much enjoy it. You bake the cheddar into the crust, it's fucking fantastic. Anyway,
Yeah, knock,
you knock
knock,
on the
knock,
door.
since
That's what
Andy
it's
is too busy drooling over a fucking pie.
Look, by the time I'm at the pie, they'll also see me there, and I can just be like, "Oh, hi! I just smelled your pie, and I."
You know what?
thought you'd say
Forget.
hi."
You know what? I'm not gonna talk myself. I'm gonna reach over Andy to knock on the door.
No,
I'm
no,
at the
her
window.
opening.
I'm at
Did
the
you
window.
hear her
At the window.
beautiful opening? I just smelled your pie. I came to say hi. That was so good.
Okay. Yeah.
As you all are arguing about this, the door is opened.
Also, to
Oh,
answer my
hello
question,
there.
Just gently scooch Andy forward.
How can I help you, four young people today?
Oh, you guys.
You
are
see, yes?
You know what? Okay,
Anyhow,
I'll take over.
anyhow,
Excuse our
there.
interruption of your day, madam. However, we are investigating something, and you have been pointed to as a lead.
And the lead is pie.
The lead is not pie, Andy.
Oh well,
It does
you
smell
know,
good,
I
but-
have won the best pie in the village award 2 years running, so I do very much appreciate that.
It does smell really good, but
Andy does their best like Puss in Boots eyes and says, "Is there any chance that there'll be leftover pie when you guys have your pie?"
Roll persuasion or diplomacy. I think we're looking for here, right?
diplomacy, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got a pie slice.
What the fuck? Versus Will DC.
Oh, of course, Pumpkin. You can come and have a slice. There's gonna be plenty. I'm making a whole batch. Anyhow, what can I do you all for?
Yes.
Delilah is she is currently in baker's garb. She has orange ginger hair, with currently tied up in a messy bun. She leads you all into the kitchen since Andy so very nicely asked for a slice of pie. The table is set for it looks like a table that was built for four. However, there are only 3 chairs out. And she sort of just motions to y'all. It's like, feel free to take a seat. I'll get another chair for you.
Yes.
And she grabs another chair from the closet, sets it up. Now, what can I help you with?
Ah, yes. My name is Samson Staszrich, and I've been investigating a subject of grave material. We have traveled here from Tyrane and passed through a town We passed through Port Davian recently, and spoke with a Teresa Fallon about her son, Steph.
I see.
And we happened to have a list that not only had her son's name on it, but also Lucas's name on it.
Yeah, she sent me a messenger, Drake, letting me know about you potentially coming through.
Now, if it's
I don't know why she wouldn't have been willing to tell you the story, but I guess she wanted to make sure. Anyhow, let's see. Can I see that list for a moment?
yeah, I've made a copy of
Great.
it.
Great, thank you. She just very quickly scans through the list. She was like, Oh, he went with you as well? All right. Oh dear. Oh, and this one hasn't been crossed off. Are they all right?
We're unsure. However,
What do you mean you're unsure? Winston's with you.
yeah, but she
Sounds like
doesn't
he's a
know he's
filthy
Winston.
liar.
She doesn't know he's
Okay.
Winston.
Okay. All right. That's what you mean. All right, you're
Yeah.
not saying it. All right.
I was about to question that myself.
Winston speaks up. I'm actually that last name on the list.
Winston.
And then she looks up at Winston and she goes, "You look so much like Sabrina. I cannot believe that she has not told me about you. I would have sent gifts." She comes over and just like basically goes into aunt mode almost, just like basically running down the full checklist of parenting things. Like, have you been making sure to keep clean? Do you have enough spare clothes? It looks like you've been traveling a lot. Have you treated this scar properly? You know, everything.
Do you want another sense of pie?
Exactly. And I don't know why she wouldn't have told you. Well, I know why she wouldn't have told you, but she rolls her eyes for a moment and then she says, "So, this list, needless to say, back back at the Royal Academy, uh, back when the current king was being tutored himself. Let's just say he was a master of throwing parties. And he's left his mark over the kingdom in many ways.
Okay.
And this list are all offspring of his.
Oh,
Huh.
we got an Attila the Hun situation here.
More like Genghis Khan.
Genghis Khan, that's what I'm saying.
Good song.
Winston almost chuckles about how inane the comment is, but
So you're telling me
You know.
every name on that list is the king's bastard son?
yes,
Wait, son or
Bastard sons,
child,
yes.
bastard child.
Bastard children.
Yes.
Either
But-
way.
But we know Winston's dead. He ain't no king.
Apparently he is. I mean, I knew that there was some
That's-
way that all these names were
Just out
connected.
of curiosity, exactly, does Winston even look like his dad?
Roll a perception check.
History check?
Uh, I'm gonna take a perception check here. If you have another skill you think would be applicable, I'm willing to hear you out.
Not one that would be better than that.
Thinking back, he really only carries his mother's features. There are some features that are generic enough that you could say are similar to his father's, but no, not really.
And he doesn't have the burn marks.
God damn it.
No, very much not.
Oh, you bastard. So, well, it's good to be the king. Anyway,
But yes, as far as why this isn't public knowledge, the king has appearances to keep up, obviously,
Yeah.
and we were all just in it for the fun anyway. So he paid off our tuitions and gave us the support we need to raise our children, and we called it good there.
Fair enough.
This must wouldn't have been sent by the king, would it? To just remove the heirs.
that is a good possible theory, Andy. King bumping
That's
off heirs to cover something up. Okay.
I'd be surprised if that's the case. He seemed more than happy to constantly support our children as they went through various stages of life.
yeah.
He
I
sent
even
he
helped them in the
sent
first place.
he often sent letters making sure that our children were in schools. For example, Lucas was even given a full ride scholarship.
Hmm.
Uh, heck, I believe Sabrina got her two younger children enrolled thanks to the king's assistance. I'm
Does
sure y'all aren't too dense enough to think that a baker is making that much money.
Oh, I never paid attention. Anyway,
uh this I know this is like public knowledge. Does the king have actual legit heirs, like sons or anything?
I would assume
Uh,
so.
the king has not actually had a proper heir named. The king has had many wives, but there has been many complications for actually naming an heir. Most recently, most recently there was a miscarriage that occurred, and before that, the queen beforehand was infertile.
Okay, so maybe it's a Jafar type situation too, where you get rid of the heirs, then the next in line is the advisor. I forget the
The vizier, I think, is
vizier.
the one you're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there...
Well, there's not exactly.
Hmm.
It doesn't go to the vizier in that case. If the king were to die without naming an heir,
Goes to the duchess.
Goes to the family duck.
it would go. It would go to the next family with the highest noble standing,
Who
which,
is Duchess
as you
Fenia?
may yes, which as you may have guessed, ever since her current conquest and continuation of her nearly destroyed family line, she is quite well favored in her regions, and I'm sure should anything happen to the king without an heir being named, well, she may not need to conquer the rest of the region to take hold of it.
Mm. Oh, well, that is...
You see,
Yeah.
Winston is stress eating pie.
Careful you
Rune
don't eat
wants
too
to, but
much
he's
pie. You
too
know...
polite to eat that much pie.
Alright, so great. This list is Duchess Phinia obviously bumping off all the heirs, so the king can't even make an attempt to name one. Tell me, speaking of the names on this list, your son Lucas, how was he found killed?
She gives a pained expression. He was flayed.
Yeah, that follows the pattern so far.
Made unrecognizable. Knowing that this list exists, it's almost to try and eliminate any potential calls of foul play.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to believe the mothers. They wouldn't be able to test the blood of the sons if they're flayed like this and left out to dry. There wouldn't be anything left.
I don't know if Teresa told you in the letter, but if it's any consolation, and I'm sure it's not enough at least. That bastard's dead now, with the help of Samson Dougal.
I heard.
Yes.
She's still with Samson. Interesting. Those two had a rocky start, but I'm glad to hear they're doing well.
He seems like a good man, so I'm glad it has worked out. This brings up something stressful. So I've described that vision I had to all of you by now, and so part
Yes.
of that was Winston being in King Regalia and all that jazz.
Yes.
Actually, that's not relevant right now, is it?
I mean, it kind of
Anyways,
is.
the point being that I'm pretty sure Fenny is going to assassinate the king soon.
Yeah. That's probably a good guess at this point. I'm surprised she hasn't already.
Do we just rush along to help with that, or what the hell do we do?
Don't we have a way to get to your uncle fast through the rocks?
Boulder.
Hey! What's going on?
Yeah.
Got a way to lead us through the rocks, buddy?
You don't want to leave the house first. You're just gonna. Okay, never mind.
He just
I
breaks through the floor.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, but
It's like-
I wouldn't want to ruin this tiling.
Oh.
It is imported.
Well, then.
How
You got
about
like
we
a-
go
like a rock
outside then?
Are we done?
Thank you for.
What are you looking to do, Rune?
I'm asking Boulder if he can lead us to my uncle, and then I guess we haul ass to the king.
Well, hold on. We have to thank Delilah first. Thank you very much for your time, Miss Grant and Andy.
The pie is very good.
I'm just looking at Staszrich with pride.
What?
You had manners where I forgot them. Good on you, young man.
She gave us the information I wanted. She deserves manners for the proper respect like that.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
when
I
people
know,
piss
of
me
course,
off
of course.
it's when people piss me off and annoy me and keep things secret that I have to
Very
become
often.
an asshole in order to get the truth out.
Sometimes they're not just keeping secrets. Sometimes. Anyways, moving along.
I mean, they could just tell the truth right off the bat. Things would just be so much more simple. Anyway, yeah, lead on.
So you like the Brewmaster Keith scenario of just acting with narrative convenience. I like it.
No, Keith hasn't told me yet the recipe for the mass product.
But Keith did
Production.
say where Delilah was.
That is true.
That's
What is Granny saying? I think she's muted on her end.
I am, but it's something that needs to be recorded, so it's fine.
Okay.
Understandable.
Basically,
That
I'm
just
saying-
made it.
I was just saying
Anyhow.
how Delilah was, also helpful because of Keith.
Anyway, yeah, let's go to Bjord.
All right, yeah. Delilah nods, gives Winston a pie to a few pie slices to go. Winston has been silent through this. Clearly now, like, had that moment of like, oh, that's kind of silly, out of you mentioning the King Regalia thing to now just having this dropped on him. As you all, why did my screen time out? Okay, we didn't lose connection. Very good.
Yeah.
As you all step outside with Boulder, and then Boulder just says, "Hold on," and then within a few moments, you all feel like you are stretched through the ground, and you find yourself outside of Rune's family smithy.
We
Oh, yeah.
immediately all empty our bowels.
Oh, I will
Part
never
of the
get used to that.
transportation method.
Okay. Okay, tincture is still here. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Bjorn.
Back already.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah, we have traveling connections, although they don't always feel comfortable taking. But anyway, I have been told by a brewmaster that this tincture, and Staszrich will present Keith's brew, will purge your body of the necrotic magic coursing through you.
Ah, I'll give it here then.
Yep, Staszrich hands it over.
He downs it all, and within a few moments, you see the wounds on his chest slowly start to heal. It's clear that it's still going to take some time, but the dark sort of like the necrosis basically doesn't look like it's there anymore. You see what looks like normal sort of fleshy tissue start to make its way.
There
And
we
I've got
go.
some good news for y'all as well.
Yes.
I got your weapons done, and just 'cause I wanted to make sure that the family business was well represented, they've all got the Kolvindr marking on them. So when you're using them, you'll be able to show off that Kolvindr pride. And Rune,
Yeah.
I went ahead and finished your plate as well, so you're good on that end too.
Oh man.
Does it have the dark spikes from his vision?
No.
I have wings now. Ah.
But yes, all of you get a +1 weapon of your choosing, since I know at least one of you had mentioned wanting to shift your character idea around. So you get your +1 weapon of your choosing, and note that it has the Kolvindr family markings on them.
+1, +1, +1. Do we just edit the weapon to be a +1, or is that something
Yeah,
that
sure, you
moves?
can do that if you want.
So it's a +1.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do that just to make it easier on yourself, then totally. Just like, keep noted that it's like Kolvindr forged, basically.
Yeah.
Ah, this feels good.
So potency rune +1. Okay.
Yes. If you need help having that added to your sheet, feel free to let me know. I can get that added for you later.
Staszrich tests out a few punches, striking the air with his gauntlet. This feels wonderful.
Staszrich, as you do, you just feel like you can actually see the air sort of being shifted by your attacks almost as you punch out at the air. Just the force behind when potency is crafted into these weapons, you can very easily see it.
This is excellent.
I go ahead and I strike a wooden post with the tip of my staff, and when it bounces back a bit, it kind of sounds like a bell.
Bing.
Rum.
Baby sings now.
It wasn't singing before.
This thing's better.
Oh, okay.
And you see Winston is handed a great sword. As Winston sort of holds it and gets used to it. You see that
Whoa.
while he didn't have a lot of confidence back in Tyrain, he does have a little bit of confidence in his swings now, even as he is dealing with this sort of emotions of everything. But yeah, it's forged out of what seems to be like not darkness like dark magic, but a darker steel, and it shines in the light very brightly.
Gonna have to have Rune teach you how to swing that thing.
Well, I'm always
And
training.
Andy.
Make sure not to train against Andy this time, just so that arm has a chance of coming back.
I think I have. I think my medical knowledge is a bit better than the last time Andy's arm was in danger.
Plus, now we have an idea that they might be able to grow back. So, I think
Mayhaps.
the silence kind of has me questioning whether I remember that right.
I think so.
No, you do. Granny and PoopRat have just been a little quieter this session. That's okay.
What weapon did I get?
+1 spear.
Yeah.
The spear has etchings of a serpent along its hilt, crawling up it, amplifying your ancestry well.
Nice.
Almost added powered full plate to my inventory. Wrong one.
Powered full plate, just
I may
Brotherhood
have
of
edited your
Steel.
character sheet if you added that one to your sheet.
We playing Fallout, boys.
Yeah.
Ah,
Where's
Not
my Gatling
power armor.
laser?
They do have repeating crossbows.
Mm. Okay, so I now have full plate.
Nice.
I honestly can't remember which one we finally locked in for Andy.
Oh, for weapon?
It's whatever. Yeah, that's why I
whatever
said.
whatever
I
one you
said
choose.
yeah. I said whatever weapon you want it to be, because I know you said you wanted to shift your character build a bit. So this is an open ended. You choose, and it's locked in after you choose it. But if you need some time to decide, there's not going to be combat this session, so you can take a think on it.
I immediately turn evil and fight the party.
Ah.
Staszrich just
I'm gonna shoot you. Or gotta double check which one I can shoot at you first.
Staszrich just grabs Rune's face and just starts punching him.
Ah, ow, at the face. My other eye.
Balto just starts nibbling at his ankles.
Dusty, help.
Dusty
starts
pecks
eating
at
me.
Yeah, Dusty's pecking at you because you're being an evil asshole.
Dusty spouts fire in your face.
I knew it. You've been holding back.
Haha. Anyhow, yes. Jorn looks at all you. It's like, maybe you have grown up, Rune.
I'd hope so.
You know what I mean. Look in your eyes now. I can see that resolve in you. Why does a
What
Kolvindr
about him
always
this time?
gotta?
And I pull
Eh,
up my bandage.
that I still see. When's the last time you changed that fucking bandage? God.
Change it every week. I don't know how it keeps getting so bloody.
You hold on, let me look at this. There's no way your eye should be bloody again. We just changed that.
Did we?
We should have just changed it. Plus, with how long you've not had an eye, it should have healed by now.
It wasn't bloody
there's-
before before Rune went into the weird dream sequence, but it was bloody afterwards.
Come here. Let's get your eye cleaned up.
I don't suppose you gave me some ammo to go with my weapon.
Yes, of course. No, you get no munitions, just the weapon. GLHF.
Alright, let's...
Okay, Staszrich cleans up the gash. It stops bleeding. I wrap a clean cloth around it, and it immediately starts soaking with blood.
Something's not right here.
So what were you saying, Bjorn? Sorry about that.
Saying I see you're growing into your own kind of man now. Curious to see where you go. Speaking of, where are y'all thinking about going next?
Well,
That's a
we
good
have a
question.
suspicion that Fenia wants to go after the king.
Well, that'd be bad. Then she'd have full reign over the land.
I mean, unless the king's loyalists would, you know, stop her.
Or unless Winston
Wouldn't that be
wants to
nice?
step up.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you're expecting us to get Winston past all the evil people that are no doubt looking for him, getting to the king before Duchess Fenia, even though I'm pretty sure my map isn't... My navigational and geography knowledge isn't that good, but she has a massive head start, is what I'm trying to say.
I don't want to do anything. It's just, that's what I think might need to be done.
Of course it has to be done, and I hate that it has to be done. We just need to think about our plan. I never disagreed
Although
with it.
she'd have to march a veritable army if she was going to take on the capital. They've got a standing army of 1,000 there.
Given that she often has dark magic use, and dark magic seems to be very powerful, she could probably take it with a handful of people, given the artifacts that she might possibly have in her possession.
That would be terrifying, yeah.
I like to imagine weapons and bolts are just flying through the air during this conversation as we
Pew,
test
pew,
them.
pew.
It's like Star Wars kid just
Oh man.
Let's see.
How's Winston holding up? Winston, you having a day?
Something like that. Winston's voice cracks as they open their mouth again. They looked out at the great sword and then sort of just look up for a moment. You're
A pat
telling
him on
me,
the back.
yeah. Thanks for that, Rune. So I'm supposed to just accept that.
Yes.
Well, you know, how would you respond to being told that your mom fucked the king in college, and as such you're a bastard child, and now you may be the only child of that king, and now that may just fall on you?
I would be a little shocked myself, yes, but
Be kind of
unfortunately,
impressed by my mother
no
to
matter...
start.
Yeah, I mean, look, let's not
Oh,
delve into
Mom.
that, because the thing is, you do have to step up. And regardless of when this information was dropped, we knew setting out on this mission that you were special in some way.
I know, but I was kind of just hoping, like, I was just a baker's kid. Like, I'm not meant for this.
In the past, you were just a baker's kid. Now you are the only remaining child of the king.
No, there's no
Yeah,
reason
Bella.
Winston can't be both. Okay.
For all we know, whoever made this list, the king partied after the list was made.
He probably did party after the list was made too, if I remember reading about nobility. They don't stop at just one party.
It was a veritable list, and you did hear in Delilah's voice that she was surprised by some of the names,
Oh, okay.
if you remember that.
Yeah,
So
somewhat.
it wasn't just all from one party. In theory.
Either way, Winston,
think-
it's doesn't the past and your feelings on this revelation, while they're important, will not change anything. The only thing that's going to change is what your actions do. And one of our plans, the immediate plan, is to get you on that throne.
Hold up. Bjorn speaks up. You're telling me that this kid's son of a king?
Yeah.
Well, shoot. Well, there might be a bit more hair in my ears than some of the young folk here, but back when they were working good, I remember when that king came up to his throne.
Was it similar
I remember.
circumstances?
No. Noble birth, noble life, all that fun stuff. But what I do remember, there's something about an initiation, going to an ancient spring, and there'd be some sort of proof of birth, basically bequeathed upon you, and that was your first step to being able to take the throne.
Hmm.
You know, got to prove that because if you're a child of the king, that means that you've got light magic baked into you.
Like springs, kind of like
Oh,
the
I
ones
could
in
easily,
Babylon.
I could easily prove that. I mean, we proved that by, you know,
Sure, but any noble heritage has a little bit of the light magic in you. It's about proving that you've got the most potent amount of it, because that's what's decided this current heritage of kings is how deep that light magic runs.
Okay, in these ancient legends, was there a location that was given to this spring or no?
No, you'd probably have to go talk to a priest about that. That's the kind of thing where they tell you it's happening. They don't tell you where it's happening, though.
Well, that's irrelevant then. Of course it's going to happen. It doesn't matter. We need to know where. Where could possible springs be? Staszrich just paces back and forth, racking his brain.
There's
Roll me a
Babylon.
history check.
Society?
Can I
Yes,
also
sorry,
roll for it?
society. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd accept society, or if you have, let's see.
Nature?
I
I'd
have...
accept nature.
I mean, that's all the same to me. What the hell? Staszrich, no! You know what? Since I want to hopefully try to bypass this shit, let's try to use a hero point and... well, okay.
You could also have had a stellior, which would help here. But with your society check of 24, you rack your brain for a moment thinking of all the locations. As Rune mentioned, Davian comes to mind, although those are springs of pure light magic. So it's probably the right kind of thing, but the wrong location. You try to think about areas that could have what you're looking for. You think about all the stuff that has gone on in your studies of Estelia and of the world, and you know that... One second, let me make sure I'm reading this city correctly. You know that one of the hidden pleasures is what it was called of the city case, which is along the one of the streams that leads out of Astelia. In case there was discussion of a very large natural sort of oasis style spring that they said if you visited there you would feel like a new person. You would have a sort of refreshing experience that any travelogue could only dream to be able to showcase. But only basically only every few people can even find it, even with specific instructions.
Hmm. All right. So we have a lead. I have a lead. However, probably still should seek out a scholar or a priest in order to get confirmation that this is a good lead.
There are many scholars and priests in Sunfall,
Sunfall, okay.
which is, of course, where the king is.
Well then. Are there any priests or scholars before then?
You could search around here in Sanvit. You could search in Tibdal. You could ask. Bjorn doesn't seem to have any leads, but you could always ask Boulder. There's a bunch of people you could ask about this.
Well, since he's gonna probably pop up and scare us anyway as soon as Rune calls him. Hey, Boulder!
Hey,
Hey, how's it shaking?
losing a few pebbles. Nothing too concerning.
Do you know of a scholar or historian or priest that might know about a spring of some sort that would be instrumental in an ancient ritual to reveal one's kingliness?
And who's asking?
Well, I mean, I'm the one asking, but it's kind of...
Well, you know what? What's in it for me? And he eats from his potato chip bag of holding.
You don't get skewered by a bunch of dark magic forces being commanded by an evil bitch?
Thanks for a moment.
I mean, I think that would be... You saw what dark magic did to your thing when it was just one snaky bitch. I mean, imagine
You
a
don't know
bunch.
what I'm into.
She was hot, but that doesn't matter, Boulder.
All right, Boulder.
Okay?
Respect.
I don't think Duchess Phenia's that... Well... Are you saying you got enchanted willingly?
I am a kobold of many vices, Staszrich.
Yeah.
Gotta offer a little bit more than self-safety.
The safety of other people in your clan?
Feel free to roll a diplomacy check.
Fucking hell. That's not gonna succeed.
Hey. All right. On the peak of this mountain, there's a guy that lives in a hut up there. He's a little off his rocker, but he is one of the most studied scholars in this land, I'd say. So I think he's a good place to start.
Thank you, Boulder. No. Hold on, I just had a thought, guys. Would King Is know anything?
He's been around
Why
for a while,
King
so
Is?
maybe.
Okay, so we have 2 leads. Look, Rune, you can't just do one lead, okay? You got to do multiple leads.
No,
to
I'm
make-
just asking why King Aces. That's all.
Well, because I mean, he kind of does owe us for saving him and his kingdom.
That's not okay.
What?
No, carry on.
No, Rune, come on.
No, that's fine.
No, it is not. I know that tone of
No, I
voice.
think it's fine.
Andy,
It's
do you?
fine.
I
Andy,
also
Aya,
think it's extremely fine.
he owes us. Andy, Aya,
Well, why?
do you have
Do,
any
do,
plans?
do you want me to clue you in, Sin?
Yeah.
I wonder, who would you ask about a ritual improving kingship about? I wonder.
A
A
king.
king? Maybe?
Yeah, Isis.
Yeah. But you're like, hey, yes, he needs to help. He offers us like he has a favor. We have a favor with him, not because he's probably quite informed on the subject. It was
Well,
very
of course
funny.
he'd be informed on the subject, but I don't know his willingness to inform us. So I have to be tacky and basically cash in some favors for information because that is how you play the game. The information game, you know.
Right.
You exchange favors and then you get information and like okay, yeah,
In-
sure.
Information such as Dodo Garon is weak to damage.
Shut up. Shut up.
Look, that's a very helpful tip.
Boulder, can you please take us to Isis?
Sure. What's
Do you see
this?
in the mountain range? What?
You said speaking of a mountain range and then you kind of cut out.
Oh, I was asking, is Isis in the mountain range for Boulder to be able to reach?
Oh.
Well, yeah, he'd still be here.
What? Oh my god, I was thinking of the wrong one.
You were thinking of the banana bolts, weren't you?
Yep.
All right, let's. Thank you, Boulder. Let's please take us to King Isis.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you coming with, or you just want me to take your message?
I mean, I would like to go with. Yes.
All right, cool. Let's step outside.
Anyone else?
Oh, I just cleaned these pants.
Well, then throw up. Don't shit them.
I mean, we haven't.
Okay, can you
eaten
transport
since
us
then.
upside down?
It's.
I mean, I can. I'll just balance you like this.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't
I'll do
don't
a
us.
handstand.
No us. Just him.
hold on. We didn't eat anything since the last time, have we? I mean, we shouldn't have too much left in our stomachs to.
You would be very surprised at how
Have
much
you
a
ever
stomach
shit
can
when
empty.
there's nothing there?
I'm just saying the reason why we shot so bad was because we had all that carnival food.
You had all that carnival food.
Did you?
What about
guys
second
partake in
carnival
beer
food?
Too?
I barely partook. I think I
just
had.
had that location beer.
Oh, that's right. That was Aya that took in a lot of beer.
That was Aya, yeah. Aya, how you doing?
Feeling wonderful.
Because guess what? Do you want to come with us to see the king? Isis?
Who are you talking to?
Aya.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's go see
Did
this
she
king.
drink the elemental?
Sort of.
You
He was
okay?
inside the element.
Yeah. So if you failed certain saves, you got pulled inside the elemental and basically had beer forced into your lungs.
Oh my god.
Happened twice.
Yeah, it's great. It was a vortex of beer. It was I believe I called it a beer nami.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I'm just saying, at this point, I mean, it's been enough time has passed that I might begin to hungover state instead of just being, drunk and happy.
I
Take these-
love you
take
guys.
2 of these and call me in
You're
the morning.
so awesome, guys.
But yes,
There I am.
Rune, you are balanced in a handstand with assistance from Boulder, and then all of you transport back into the Kobold society. You see that there's been some re-renovation done. The giant throne has been torn down and replaced with a smaller throne, more befitting Isis's size. And there's it's less sort of like hierarchical than it was before. Closer towards the ground, and things seem to be pretty chill.
All right. King Isis.
Oh yes, hello. It's been a little while. How can I help you?
I was wondering if you could provide me with some information on a lead that we are pursuing.
Well, we can see what this old brain contains. What information are you looking for?
Being the wise and knowledgeable king that you are, mayhap in your wisdom, we're looking for a certain special spring that could be used to prove one's kingliness.
Ah, yes, special springs. There are so many in Astelia. There's the one, the spring of voluptuousness. That one's dangerous. Don't go in that one.
Why is it dangerous?
Oh, you precious Sonny, don't worry about that.
I want to know why it's dangerous so I can avoid it.
Ah, that's what
When
they
you're
all
older, son.
say. Just never step in. It's all right.
Well,
Then, of
do you know the
course,
location?
there's the. No, I'm not giving you the location of that one.
That's mine.
I just
It's all for
don't.
me.
I just want to make sure that my leads are not going to take me in that direction because,
Yes,
well,
yes, that's what they all say.
life has a way, and I've been a little bit guessing too correctly lately, and I hate it.
And then there is the spring of duck. If you step into it, you become a duck. It could last up to 10 days, or permanently if you soak for more than 3 hours.
Interesting. Okay, where is that one?
That one is just. Oh, wait, are you trying to turn into a duck?
I'm
No.
not saying no.
Rune is.
Hmm.
No, but it could be
Unless
relevant
the
to our
answer is
case.
yes.
Out of curiosity, though, when you
That
say
one is on the shattered
Crap, I was muted.
shore.
crap, I was muted.
Hmm?
When you say duck, are we talking like riding drake ducks or like duck duck?
Duck, duck. Well, you would become the symbol for a noble family should you be captured after you get turned into a duck.
Yes, that's.
I heard that one of the greatest duelists of the land was actually forcefully contained within one for quite a while, so
Hmm.
whoever that duck is, they could be very dangerous.
Alright, any other springs?
Oh, let's see. In Talha, there's the ancient spring of ancient springs. If you enter that one, you fall into a network of other ancient springs, all with various effects.
Okay.
They say that if you fall down enough of them, you could end up at the core of Astelia. I wouldn't recommend testing that theory. Although I
Yeah.
have heard someone who stepped out of there just a teen stepping out as a full-grown man ready for war.
Hmm. Scary.
The reverse thought might be.
No, they obviously played the Song
Yeah.
of Time.
Uh,
And then in the mountains of San Fio, there is an ancient spring of the immortals. It is said that this one was built by some of the immortals and contains some of their essence. While no one has proven this theory, of course, it is said that if you bathe in it daily, you could become an immortal yourself.
Hmm. Interesting.
And then
Well,
in North Dakota,
oh,
Yes,
sorry.
please.
No. Keep going on. I'm so sorry. I was
No,
talking to
Sonny,
myself.
what were you saying?
Well, I'm assuming this might not be the case in your culture, but in our culture, it is that you must bathe in this kingly spring to prove that you are of the blood to be king.
Ah, yes, of course. Yes, the ancient den. Yes, in case there is a very small forest right outside of the town's limits. These trees have never been able to be cut down, and if you explore them, they say you could get lost in them forever. But if you are searching in that city with pure, if you are searching within that forest with pure intentions, or are of a noble heart, they say you could find your way to the spring of revealing. It shows you your true self. And as such, the lineage in Sanfal has been using it as a way to show their heritage, a way to prove that they are the child of a king, a way to show that they are ready to take the throne. And many times when they visit the Spring of Revealing, they've been given some sort of mystical artifact that gives them the power to really show their lineage.
It's not like somebody has to follow them in that doesn't have a pure heart and be like, yeah, no, I saw them do
Yeah, the pure heart thing, Staszrich
it.
takes a look at Andy and glances at Andy, but definitely takes a bit of a harder, longer look at Rune.
Yeah.
And just gonna he quickly scribbles a note in his journal.
I'm just a little diamond in the rough.
But yes, would you like me to continue talking about the various springs in Estelia?
I'm just kind of wondering how a spring that you can fall into very nearly forever is somehow less dangerous than the spring of voluptuousness, which kind of sounds pleasant.
Oh, Sonny, don't you worry about that. One will trap you forever. The one will make you want to be trapped forever, and that's much worse.
Well, oh, you see, Rune, it's too much of a good thing.
Hmm.
It makes you want to forget your troubles and leave them behind, which is another thing we could do. We could just let Duchess Fenia kill the king.
You could, but then why are you even asking me about how Winston's going to ascend to the throne?
Waging our options.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, King Isis, it's just there's a lot to think about with these with the responsibilities on our shoulders, you know?
Of course, especially since you have someone who could become the Dark Archon Scion at any moment as a part of your party. I understand.
Uh,
Yeah, Staszrich just looks at Rune.
You've got quite the crew with you, especially considering you've got one of the kobolds who is from one of the lost lineages with you as well. All of you are quite
Yeah.
dangerous people.
You know, maybe I could go to that spring and find out my revelation.
You
That would
could,
actually be
yes.
that would actually be a good thing, but me dangerous. There's no way.
Sounds like we got
Oh,
to split the party.
Oh, Sonny, I think you may need to take a dip in the spring of reflection as well. There's a lot of temperament in your heart, especially in how you guide your decisions.
I guide my decisions because people won't give me the information that would just make it easy for things to be moved along.
And yet you speak of wanting to let things go, even though you can't let go of a single thing. Interesting.
I can't. No, we really do have to get Winston to this spring. We really don't have an option. It would be against my better nature to do so. I could do it. I would be furious about it. But, no, we're definitely going to... So, Ancient's Den, and it's in Case, okay.
Yeah, Kays is the name of the city.
Dang it. Backspace, backspace, backspace.
Yeah.
It's on the world map.
What?
We're not on the
The
world map. Oh, wait, that's right. The world map is in the
lie.
Discord chat.
Yes, yes.
I was spelling it like
I
Case, as
was-
in Case the Bank.
I was going to load it in, and then since then I've switched computers and I have yet to load it in. I will fix that.
Ah, that's alright. Let's see. By the... You know, I am kind of curious, though. How many other springs do you know about, Your Majesty?
Oh, let's see. 1, 2. That one kind of counts. 15.
More?
Yes.
That is a lot, and I am morbidly curious.
Well, just know there's many places outside of Estelia, and there's many springs to explore.
Is there a possibility that Duchess Fenia herself has found the Ancient's Den?
It's quite possible. One with such conviction may have something backing up her feelings.
I don't think they're the purest
Oh,
of
yeah,
feelings
Here. Mhm.
if her motives are to kill people.
What if they're pure malicious intentions?
That is true. You said that they have to be pure intentions. Do they have to be good pure intentions?
Oh, I never said anything about good or evil, Sonny.
Got it. Okay, so she's definitely gone to the spring. Oh, she's 5 steps ahead of us. Now, the only problem... So how do
She's
we...
been on this warpath for quite a long time.
How long would you say?
Kids are on the list.
I don't think this...
Well, think about it this way, Sonny. When she was just a babe, her father was slain, her lineage was destroyed. She went from being a child with a silver spoon in the mouth to having that spoon bent and broken and shoved back in. And then she was given a very easy way to try and reclaim that. What would you do in that situation? I would say she's been on this warpath since she was potentially just 6 or 7. In one way or another.
I'd probably do the exact same thing she's doing. It's kind of unfortunate that we're gonna have to stop this somehow.
Yes, it's always interesting how the sob stories end up being the ones that are crushed by those of justice.
It would be I mean, don't get me wrong, I would do the exact same thing she's doing, and I would face the exact same consequences.
The Dark Archon, a sob story too. Why were they crying?
I don't
The
know.
dagger speaks up and is like, well, I think you'll figure that one out soon enough.
Alright, well... You know what, since you have shared so many of these springs with us, how about one more and then we probably do have to skedaddle to start getting to the Ancient's Den.
All right. I've got one more for you,
All right.
Sonny. In the town of North Coda, in its mining operation that is there, they've been mining very slowly, trying to build a path under the ocean. Some crack job thinks they can build a train between there and the next closest nation of Chevron.
Oh, that'll never work.
But while doing this digging, they were able to find a sulfurous spring that, while dangerous, of course, if you are able to withstand its temperatures and bathe within it for at least an hour, you can gain resistance to such the burns that you are attempting to avoid in that time. So those that consider themselves strong men and all the like take challenges of how long they can survive within there. And every time they do it, it gets a little bit easier.
Interesting. All right. Thank you very much for your information, Your Majesty.
You said it was a sulfur spring, so is it burns as in hot, like fire resistant burns or poison resistant burns?
Probably acidic burns.
Potentially both.
Hot acid.
I could go swimming in there for a little bit. And green.
Well, okay, but what does you being racist have to do with anything? So anyway, guys, I'm going to die tonight.
Yes,
Uh,
you are.
and I do want you guys
In
to.
memory of Sid.
I do want you to make sure the authorities know who to look for as my murderer.
Hey, if you need a safe place to sleep, you're always welcome here.
I'll take you up on your offer someday.
Yeah, just sleep on our old couch. There you go.
There you go. You should all be on the world map proper.
It says that my token does not have vision.
Oh
I am
right,
on
I
game
should.
paused.
Well, yes, the game is paused, but let me. There should
Everyone,
not be.
everyone huddle around in the dark. Join cursors. Oh god.
It's the dark is
So
scary.
cold in here.
Whose hand is that?
There's etchings on the floor.
Boulder.
There you go.
Oh,
That should do it.
Oh.
Okay.
Sanchad, Sanchade.
Sanshad.
Shada.
Shala.
And this will be updated periodically as more places are given finalized names. But there's such places like. How do I ping again?
Hold the mouse button down.
Yeah, let me.
You have to really find that.
Yeah.
There's
Oh.
of course such places as the Isle of Dan,
And the glacier.
Dan
I
the
wanna
Mount
visit
Glacier.
this place.
Dantal, Dan Kono, Immortal Dan, Danlaw.
We just now need Dan the Man.
Dan the man toll. It's by the lava points.
And of
why is there so
course,
many Dans?
Antidan.
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 Who is
Oh, yeah.
The guy named Dan discovered all these places.
Is that like anti-Dan?
Yeah.
His evil twin brother went south?
His evil twin Anne.
And then as far as where you are looking to go, case is right here.
Yeah, where's Prodan?
Oh.
Prodan is not a listed area on this map.
It's
Prodan.
this spot right
Dan,
here.
we need Prody. Sorry,
But
Dolly.
Duck
Yeah.
shaped
No, you're
thing
fine.
right over here.
But yes. Speaking of this for a moment, Strax, this is what you saw in your vision.
Oh, I
It's a
see that, yes.
Hey, that's the crater.
Yeah.
duck-shaped crater.
So we
Actually,
catch.
it's a giant duck made out of rock. It's a living thing.
So
Well,
we
it's
catch.
sunk in.
The duck
We
elemental.
go to Talha, catch a ferry all the way to the duck crater.
That's what my kobold needs. It needs to have
But yeah, for the ocean is literally parted here. It is very fun.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like the ocean goes all around it and it water falls down, but it never fills this space.
Huh. Alright, so guys, what do you want to do? Okay. I like how everyone just.
I do appreciate the stance dancing.
oh, it's a okay.
I'm here. I'm dancing.
you blinked out of
You
existence.
blinked out.
That's because I got disconnected.
I'm actually holding connection today. It's weird.
Alright. Yeah, so, alright, let's go to Case and try to discover what, this Den of Ancients brings us.
There's a
Now,
West Antidan.
Oh, what?
I found the place we need
West
to go.
Antidan. I found more Dan. Ouch! Oh my God!
We must go there.
Drop everything.
Yep.
Where are we going?
Couch.
Right here.
couch.
No. Okay. Yep, that's it. We're going to couch.
I also like how
Hey,
the
hey, hey.
couch's,
Fuck the king.
I like how the couch's marker looks like an eyeball, and this is like the whole like dragon head. This is the
Are there any
eye.
land masses that look
Oh,
like
yeah, I
a
see it.
couch?
No, there's not a landmass that looks like a couch. I did
So we
not
sh-
factor that into my landmass building.
It'll magically appear
So we
overnight.
shan't be stealing a continent. Okay.
No, that's for another campaign.
What about an armchair? There's an armchair over here, though.
Hmm?
Right there. There's an armchair. See, like there's the arms, and then that's the chair.
Oh, no.
yeah,
Stop it.
it's
We're not
basically
stealing. We're
armchairs.
not stealing a continent.
I know we're discussing couches, but I'm just saying. I'm trying to like really zoom in and see if there would be a couch.
Yeah, let's go to Case.
Alrighty.
After couch.
Anything else y'all would like to do in Sanvit before you start making your journey to Case?
Is there anything that may exist in the world that would help us navigate a forest that would cause you to be lost? Like, out of character, an escape rope?
There is not such an item that you know of.
Okay. Just trying to think of ways that, because we know going in here, people do get lost in these woods, so. But from the sounds of things, they're not lost by, say, you leave a crumb trail and you can find your way back out. It's like if you're lost, you're just gonna be lost.
So basically, we just have to follow Saria's song.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the local shop and find an ocarina.
You can pick up an ocarina for 5 silver.
Sold.
But it's made out of one of those giant snail shells from Davian.
I think I do. Oh no, this isn't the character that has the ocarina. Oh wait, yes it is. I already have the ocarina.
Wow. Well done.
You played yourself. Alright, well, since we did have a thing here, but now it's
Whoa.
done.
Well, we're heading to
Why
new
did-
text.
Why did y'all add text? Don't make me take away your text.
I was gonna.
Right.
I don't know. I was gonna put DA right next to this.
North Dakota.
Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and try to perform Saria's song real quick.
All right, make a performance check or an for a lore ocarina check.
I keep forgetting this is not the character with the skills. I did.
You
a sound.
play, yeah. You made a positive sound.
Doodly doodly doo. Doodly 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 doo.
Now, is Zarya Song the one where you try to find Kakariko Village, or is that the one that actually sends out the bird? No, that song is soaring, ain't
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Do we find the Den of Ancients?
Well, you are traveling across a lot of a lot of mass, and also y'all haven't said you're actually leaving Sanvit yet.
Oh, I thought
I
the
do
playing of
actually have-
Zarya's song and the following of Zarya's song would lead us to shortcuts through the realm.
I did have one ask before we leave San Vito. Can I get like some equipment that needs maintenance and earn income by like maintaining it on the road? Then I'll send it back.
Make a, let's see what I want you to make for that.
That would be a crafting check.
Well, yes, but
like the actual item.
for getting that work, make a guild lore check.
Okay. 23.
Yeah, you're able to take some commission work that has extended deadlines. They give you a bell that you can ring that summons a carrier drake to take things back. You are warned if you abuse this power, the carrier drake is allowed to maul you without forgiveness.
Oh shit! Don't piss
Just
it
like
off.
Dusty. Okay.
And remember, these ones have their full fire breathing capability, and they will use it.
Hey, they said maul. They said nothing about flambe.
Flambeing is also on the menu.
Just attacking into.
Look, they have multiple ways to cook your hide.
Okay.
Point being, do not ring the spell unless you have something to turn in.
Andy, you too.
Ring, 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 ring.
No, I
I like how I was the one that's like, ooh, shiny bell. But then I was like, look, oh.
Oh,
Touch.
shiny bell.
Just trying to harmonize with your ocarina.
Yeah.
All right. What do we
Cold metal.
encounter?
I turned the bell into an egg so nobody can ring it.
What do we encounter on our road to Case?
Everyone roll me a D100.
Also, I really hope you remember what eggs are what after a while.
They revert back.
Could I also get your D100, PoopRat?
I forgot how to do it.
You almost have it right. You need to put the slash before the R. It's not a Reddit thread. We're
Yeah,
summoning
ours
the
are
dice.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I and Andy see the same exact thing.
Girl.
Also,
Girl
I'm the
talk.
only one that did one D100. Everyone else should do straight D100.
Alrighty. As you all are journeying along, Rune, you see a familiar sight. You see an old man in very basic garb, sort of hobbling along, swaying side to side, with an empty keg in hand.
Oh. Well, hey there, Scruffy. Still looking for a... I don't remember what you're looking for, but I know Duke Ixion sent you.
Oh, hey, you got some water?
Yeah, of course we
Yeah,
have
I
some
got
water.
some water here. You gave me this
You-
water skin, remember? Or you blessed it for me at least.
Yeah, some stronger stuff.
Are you holding up, Dust or Scruffy?
It's just walking along here. I'm doing my thing for Duke Ixion. It's going all right. But you got something stronger than just that water. It's good water, obviously. I know it is.
Have you eaten?
Yeah, what you got?
I got chips.
Oh hell yeah!
I have
Open
2
them up.
halves of a dormant kobold seed.
I could brew you something real quick.
Number 62 on chip flavor.
Alrighty. Interestingly enough, you actually see him reach into your potato chip bag of holding, and he pulls out a full potato. I see they unchipped this one. I'm always interested to see what they got with these. He eats the whole potato.
Was it at least cooked?
You can eat raw
Yeah.
potato, it's fine.
I mean, yeah, you can eat raw potato, but
Look, don't underestimate Scruffy, okay?
probably needs the raw starch anyways.
So, sure you don't want to lift or something?
Yeah, you head in the same direction. You can ride on Scruffy. I mean, on Dusty. Damn,
No, you did it.
me and Sid made the same mistake.
Well, I don't think you'll want to ride on me. I'm not exactly riding Drake's stock, but it's all right. I can walk along. It's not a problem. Here, let me do something for you. Give me that water skin again.
All right.
Thank you. He opens it up and he pours it into his keg. He sloshes it around a while, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's the good stuff." He backs it, the whole keg, and then he hands you the keg and says, "Now be careful with that, you hear?"
Yeah.
And he starts walking away.
I've got a whole ass keg that I'm carrying now.
You have a keg now, yes. Would you like to investigate the keg? Would you
Yeah.
like to try to stop Scruffy?
No, I'll just investigate the keg. I
Right.
accept Scruffy for who he is.
Scruffy respects you for who you are too.
We just wanted to make sure
Feel
he was okay.
feel free to roll either a crafting check or some sort of magic detection check.
Let's see. I can help you out here with, you probably don't need my help.
Well, so Rune is going to get answers about the actual craftsmanship of this barrel. If you want to know what's magical about it, you may be better suited for that.
Let's see.
I also have this.
Alright, what is your Arcana check?
Probably less than yours. 9.
Mine's 10, so, okay, I will... Okay, well then. That will
Alrighty.
be a
Were you
29
using
with
that?
his,
Were you using that read aura?
Yep, Samson gets a +2, I think.
yeah.
Yep. I was just making sure that you were actually casting it. Alrighty. So, Rune, what you learn about this barrel? Looking at the construction of this keg, first off, the spigot is immaculately connected to it, uh, both for surprisingly decent use if you are just drinking straight from it, and also good use if you are emptying it into a cup. It's
Alright.
got decent motor control, that kind of stuff, and it has some woods that you only recognize from seeing various imported boxes. You don't actually know what they are, but you recognize that this is made from materials you would have to assume all across Estelia.
Hmm.
And then for Staszrich, with that 29, you recognize that this is a keg of infinite pouring. Whatever it is filled with at the moment, until it is opened and turned upside down, it will constantly spigot whatever fluid is within it, as long as you are able to fill it once.
Huh.
Currently, it is filled with a pale ale.
Interesting. Okay, guys, I have a couple ideas.
Oh God.
How many elixirs of life would it take to fill this?
Make me a mathematics check. You can make me a let's see.
Engineering?
I'll give you
Great.
engineering.
I'd say a potion is 8 ounces.
God damn it, really, Staszrich? 13?
Very good. Very good. You start counting the numbers and trying to math out the fluid ounces and account for any drippage from pouring it in. And then you have to think about if it would even pour through the spigot because of the viscosity of the fluid. And you're trying to, like, think through all the potentia, and it sort of just overwhelms your brain for a moment. Just because, like, you sort of, like, after about thinking about how much, like, an elixir of life, like a healing potion, for example, or an elixir of life, similarly, it's a lot like a potato chip bag,
Yeah.
where it's only actually about half the container it's in. So, like, a 12-ounce, you think for a moment, like a 12-ounce bottle of a like an elixir of life is actually probably like 6 ounces of fluid. And after you get past the 100s, the numbers stop making sense to you, basically.
You know what? I'll think of my plans for something like that later. Oof.
Yeah.
I am a little
And
dizzy.
again, they have a very strange viscosity. If you, for example, think of how the Philosopher's Stone looks in Full Metal Alchemist.
Never seen that.
How it can be okay. Point being, it's held in a bottle for a while, but then it's poured out and it's able to, like, bubble up and look like a stone.
Oh, okay.
Similarly, potions in this world, they are, if you just, like, drinking it straight, you are actually, like, having to focus on drinking it. It is like drinking molasses.
Okay. Hmm.
So it is very viscous, but also means that it's very concentrated, so you don't need as much to get the effects.
My brain hurt.
How much does this keg weigh?
This keg currently weighs This is
so yeah,
this is a fourth barrel keg, so we're looking at about we're looking at about currently about 90 pounds.
the 90
Definitely,
bulk.
definitely like a 10 bulker.
Yes.
There's a black powder keg in the items that weighs 50 bulk. Holy shit.
And black powder is
Okay.
heavier than a liquid. But also it's probably just a bigger keg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're this is a decently portable keg. It is hefty, but
Okay.
we're operating at 9 bulk when full, and if it gets if you ever empty it, it will be less bulk, obviously.
Understood.
Although what you do notice about this is that this ever flowing keg doesn't actually have anything about its magic that would have let the water be turned into ale like that. However, that was done anyway. So just a fun little scruffy fact.
Scruffy is Jesus. He can turn water into beer. No, that would probably make him Craig. Not Jesus. Maybe that's his
Graphic
real name.
Christ.
His real name is Craig Christ.
Is it in the cooler's lab?
Yes. But yes, continuing onwards, now that you've had your encounter with Scruffy, Staszrich, looking around along the trail as you walk along the verdant fields of Astelia, you notice off in the distance that you see what looks to be a marching party of about 40. They haven't noticed you yet. They haven't noticed your group yet. They seem to be just so y'all are about here currently.
Hmm.
And the marching party is here going this way. You see a massive marching party that you cannot currently identify. Anyone is free to roll a history check to see if you can notice what they are.
God damn it, Staszrich. Uno. Jabo. Hey, did we get another hero point from the
I'll give you a
from the
hero
recap?
point if you want to use it.
Okay, let's try this. Reroll and keep the new result. No actors.
Well, you
Okay,
can also,
whatever.
yeah.
Let's try this again then. You son of a bitch!
Huh.
Hold on, I'm testing something now.
10 out of 10. Would roll again.
Okay, well, I'm still keeping that 11, but
Yeah.
that was. I was just trying to make sure that my RNG was not broken.
You weren't just cursed. No, yeah.
Yeah.
Rune. Staszrich, you seem to be caught up. You saw like a flash of something on their flag that now has you going down a deep rabbit hole of old lore that you remember. Unfortunately, not exactly relevant to what this is. Rune, you notice this to be, this marching group seems to be. These are referred to as the Orange Drake Knights. They are a group that is from Siegfried. They are a battalion that has black armor that is detailed with orange cloth, and then they have They have various chain suits within their armaments. They are generally seen riding their riding drakes that are in similar barding. They are not currently in those, you notice. Riding those, obviously. And they are generally armed with bardishas.
Wonderful. Okay, okay.
Bardiches, it's a
Bardishas.
polearm of sorts.
Yeah. If you
Like a
think
big old
execution
hewing blade.
axe.
Yeah, an executioner's axe is a very good example of a bardich.
Okay.
Yeah, you see that there is a troop of the orange dragon knights just sort of out and about. Rune notices this as sort of an interesting sight.
Pokemon.
Do y'all wish to investigate the orange dragon knights?
Aya, Andy, Staszrich.
I think no. What could it all mean? What if we?
Snap out of it.
Huh?
Snap out of it.
Snap out of what?
Staszrich, you've been going on a deep lore journey, remembering that there was some mention of orange drakes in your old teacher's books about how they were the next sign of Oblivion, and then for some reason also the next sign of Morrowind, but you're not sure about that. But it's just driving you insane.
There's
Trying to remember
an
exactly what
Imperials.
was on those pages.
an Imperials. We must keep an eye out for Sir Patrick of the town of Stewart. If we see Sir Stewart of the town of Patrick, Rune, we're done for.
Okay, Aya, so what say you? Because Staszrich's just calling me Enwa, and I don't know what the hell that means.
It's because you're being an Enwa. Yeah. Does I have any thoughts on this?
Do we know if these guys are friendly or vicious to us?
Well, I'm currently trying to slap Staszrich and be like,
Oh.
okay, are you back with us yet?
Andy, those men in the armor, they are the signs of the end
We're just
times.
dragging Staszrich past him and going,
I could slap
howdy,
you
have a
again.
good day,
I'm not.
lovely weather.
It was in my teacher's book, Andy. I'm just quoting what I was taught. Aya, you remember the teachings, don't you?
Did
In
you
your
guys go to
class?
different schools?
You did not take that class, that's right. What?
You went to different schools, didn't you?
Sorry, I was...
Staszrich studied under Sativum, and I were with Xavier. I was also with Sativum. It's a thing. I don't know.
Look, it was the other one that I studied with. My brain hurts and I forget... Not the druid, the alchemist.
Okay, can we do another society check now that we know now that Rune knows the name? Maybe
How
you
are
didn't know
they
what look
reacting
like.
to us?
They haven't seen us yet.
They're far enough away that they haven't really noticed you. They are going the other way currently, so they have not really noticed the They're far enough away that the commotion is sort of caught up in just the. It's a little bit of a windy day.
You want to talk to
Okay.
him?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. Are they ones that we can?
Maybe
trust?
I can have Balto take a closer look at them and see what's up.
You can't roll. You can't roll another society check. I'll allow you to roll a perception check.
Just want to get closer and see their armor. That's cool.
Although, yes, there
Right.
is an Anu here. There's a secret bonus activity that Anu wishes for you all to partake in. This is called
Is there?
getting. Well, yes, that's what you said.
Yes.
Is there not?
I did, but I did not exactly plan much ahead, but yes.
Everything's
Yeah.
spontaneous here.
We're stealing a couch. Go.
Exactly.
D&D is very much 99%
I
spontaneous.
told you we should have gotten a couch.
Should've bought a
Exactly.
couch.
Oh,
It's
oh, we have to
called
read.
Take it over and rule over it.
it's called we have to do character design at some point. So
Yes.
TBK.
It is
Yeah.
called Anu wishes to draw your part. Wishes to draw the party.
well that's not exactly what I said, but I more like people A for the comic or B in the party or just in general. If you just have some weird idea for a guy, I can probably try drawing that guy.
But
Or I
yes,
can try to
we
draw the
are
party
we
really
are
fast.
we are at the end of today's session. The rest of the session is for the rest of today's time is for character design with Anu. If you wish to have your
Yeah.
characters drawn, please feel free because Anu likes drawing characters for this world.